Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build this apartment building. For my version, there's going to be a total of 4 floors, but it'll be completely up to you if you want to add more. So for my version, the first floor has a lobby area, a couple bathrooms, and a laundromat. Then the second floor is the first actual apartment. It has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And then the third floor is the same exact layout as the second floor, so it'll have 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And then the fourth floor has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. Here's the plot size for the build. If you want the apartment building and the entire parking lot, then you're going to be paying attention to the outer square. From left to right, it's going to be 55 blocks. From front to back, it'll also be 55 blocks. Then if you just want the apartment building and you don't want the parking lot, then you're going to be paying attention to that smaller square. From left to right, it'll be 42 blocks. From front to back, it'll be 45. Now let's pay attention to the space in between the lines. So that'll be all the space needed for the parking lot. So we'll look at that front side first. In between those 2 lines, you should be able to count 9 blocks of grass. And then towards that left side, in between those 2 lines, you should still be able to count 12 blocks of grass. Here in part 1, I plan to do the entire exterior of the building, so be sure to grab some andesite, bricks, smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, and smooth quartz slabs, black stained glass panes, jungle fence, jungle trapdoor, lantern, black concrete, white concrete, coarse dirt, and podzol. If you don't plan on doing the parking lot, then you won't need the white concrete and the black concrete. I'm going to start by placing the foundation for the entire building, so we're going to be using the andesite. I'm going to head on over here towards the right side. I'm currently facing towards the front of the build, and I'm going to be pretty much starting the foundation at the right side of the building, so starting at that corner right there. So you could just line up here at the corner of the plot size for the actual apartment building itself. We're just going to go in towards the left by 1, so we're right here. And then go right on top of this block of the grass. And including this one, just work your way towards the back until you're on the 15th block. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you could place a block of andesite right there. Now go towards the left of it and bring it over by an additional 6. So that is the start of the foundation for the apartment. Go back to where we left off, continue with the andesite. So we're going to be starting right here on this grass block. Just work your way towards the front and place an additional 13. So you should now still be able to see a block of grass here, and then we have a block here for the edge of the plot size for the actual apartment building itself. Now go to the left of this andesite, bring it over by another 2, and then you want to skip over a space of 7. So we're going to start here. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we're going to be going on the 8th block. Just start here and place another 3 of the andesite. So just make sure you have a space of 7 right here in between the andesite. Now go right behind this block. We're going to be working our way towards the back, and we're just going to bring this by an extra 2. And now head back on over here. We're just going to work our way towards the back. We're going to skip over another 7 just like we did there. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now on the 8th block, you could place a block of andesite. Just bring it back by 4. And now this block right here should be lined up with that andesite where we started. So these spaces of 7 are an entrance into the apartment building. So we have this one right here, which is pretty much facing towards the front side of the building. And then we have another one over here at the side. Head back to where we left off. Once again, we're going to continue with the andesite. We'll go here at the left side of this final block of the andesite and just bring it over by another 14. And now right behind this, work your way towards the back. You can start right here and just bring it by an extra 7. And now to the left of that, bring it over by 7 again. So you should now be right on the edge of the plot size here. So up above from the front side, this is what we have. Back over here, right behind this andesite. You can start here, just work your way towards the back by another 14. Now, go towards the right of that, bring it over by another 7. And now, towards the back side, start right here, and do another 7. So you should now be right on the edge of the plot size here. Now I'm at the back side, we're going to continue with the andesite. Just go towards the left of this right here. So starting on this block, you could just bring it over by another 20. And now work your way towards the front side. You can start right here and bring it over by another 14. And now to the left of that, starting here, bring it over by another 12. You should now be right on the edge of the plot size here. And now we could just connect these together. So that is where we started. That is the first set of blocks that we placed. So in between this, starting right here, you're going to place another 13. So now that is the entire foundation of the apartment. So from up above, looking down from the front side, this is what it should be looking like. Now you can switch to the brick, and on top of all of the andesite, you just want to have one layer of the brick, so all the way around. So there we go, just one layer of brick right on top of all the andesite. So I think the quickest and easiest way we're going to be able to do this build is just by completely filling in all of the walls and then going back and cutting out the extra space for where the windows will be. I'm going to start here at the front side where this squared off space is. I'll start bringing up the extra layers of brick. I'll head on over here. We have this space of 4. So all we want to do is just bring it up by an additional 5 layers. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll go to this other side, starting here at this corner, and do the same thing. So just 5 extra layers. And then we have the 2 spaces here at the front. And then we have the corner here. So it should be looking like this. Now for the spaces of 7, I'm just going to bring a strip of brick from one side to the other along the top. Just like this. Now for the rest of the space that you see, we're going to bring up by an additional 7. So it'll be 2 blocks higher than all of this here. So I'm going to start right here at this front side, just an extra 7. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And what I'll do right here is just bring this up as well, just by an extra 2 spaces so it's lined up with this part of the wall. I'll do the same on this side. So we have this back corner here, we'll bring this up by an extra 2, and then we can continue with this part of the wall. So now, from the front side, this is what it's looking like so far. So I'm going to go all the way around and continue with an extra 7 layers. And now the build is looking like this so far. Now on top of all of the taller brick, we're going to switch to the smooth quartz blocks and just add a layer right on top of it. So it is now like this. Now switch back to your bricks. Right on top of all of the smooth quartz blocks, you just want to place another 7 layers going all the way around. Same way that we did it for the first floor here. So right on top of all of these smooth quartz blocks, just go all the way around and bring up an extra 7 layers of the brick. So I went all the way around. Now on top of all that brick, switch back to your smooth quartz blocks, and we're going to have a layer on top of this now. So it is now like this. Now on top of those smooth quartz blocks, switch back to the brick, and we're going to have another 7 layers. Alright, so now the build is looking like this. So we have 3 floors so far. First floor, second floor, third floor. There's going to be a 4th floor right here. The only part that's not going to be brought up to that height is this section here. This will stay as 3 floors. So now switch back to the smooth quartz blocks. I'm still going to go all the way around on all of this brick and add a layer. And then we'll start focusing on the 4th floor. So that part, like I said, will be left pretty much at the same layer, but we still need this extra layer of the quartz. So there we go, we have that extra layer of the smooth quartz blocks. Now switch back to your brick. We're going to have 7 more layers on top of these smooth quartz blocks. So I'll just start it right here. Just bring this right along, just like we've done everywhere else. But right here, instead of going out and around on that part, we're just going to bring it straight across. So from the front there to the back right here. And now you could just continue around the rest of this. So like we've done for the previous 2 levels, it's just going to be 7 layers of the brick. So now the build is looking like this. We added an additional 7 layers of the brick. On top of all of that, we're going to have 1 more layer of the smooth quartz blocks. So now this is the entire building so far, pretty much just like the shell of it. And now here at the front side, let's fill in all of this empty space. So I'll start here at the 2nd floor where this brick is. So just right above the first strip of the smooth quartz blocks, we're going to be right here. And just connect all of this together. So we have these layers of brick, as well as the extra strips of the smooth quartz. So I'm just going to bring this all the way up to the same height, just all the way up to the top. So now this is what we have so far. The next thing I'm going to do is the roof here for this lower section and the roof here for the upper layer for like the main part of the building. So we'll go ahead and do those, and then we'll head back down all the way there and do that roof. So I'll look at this lower section here first. So make sure you have your full blocks of the smooth quartz, and I'm just going to have an additional layer on top of this. And then I'll fill all of this space in. And now switch to your smooth quartz stairs. I'm going to start here at the front side, just right up against the wall here. So we're on the 2nd layer of the smooth quartz, and on every other space, we're just going to be placing an upside down smooth quartz stair. Like that. The other space is going to be a smooth quartz slab. Here in the corner, you could just bring it out. We're going to have a slab there. And then just every other space again with an upside down smooth quartz stair. So it'll just be right there. All of this other space will be the slabs. Go here in this corner, another slab, and then back to the stairs, and the slabs again. For this entire build, every single corner will be a smooth quartz slab like this. So you can see it's at the corner of the building and it's a slab. There's never going to be a stair like that. It'll always be a slab. So for all of the other corners for the rest of the build. So it all flows together nicely. There's no two stairs that are like side by side, no two slabs that are side by side. It's all exactly as it should be. It all works out perfectly. So now on top of this, along the entire edge, we're going to have another layer of the slabs, and then that'll be it here for the roof for this lower section. So I'll look at it from the front side. It is looking like that. Now let's go up here to the upper level. I'll switch back to the smooth quartz block, just have another layer right on top of this. So I'll just start here at the front side. We're going to have our smooth quartz stairs. And as I mentioned before, every single corner is going to be a slab. So that means right next to each corner is just going to be smooth quartz stairs upside down like that. And then you can see that'll be a slab. So now I'm just going to continue working my way all the way around. Every other space will be the upside down stair, and then the rest of it will be the slabs. One thing to keep in mind right here for this inner corner, you just want to have one space here. So this will be filled in with a slab. You can see how these stairs, like the corners of them, are side by side. So just keep that in mind for this little inner corner. This is how it should be looking. So now this is what it's looking like so far. So all the other empty space is going to be filled in with the smooth quartz slabs. Alright, so now it all flows together perfectly. There's no slabs that are side by side, and there's no stairs that are side by side. It all works out exactly as it should. So now on top of all this, along the edge, I'm just going to have a layer of the smooth quartz slabs. And now we have to fill in all of this other space with the full blocks of the smooth quartz. So just at the second layer here, just fill all of this in. So now all of that is filled in. I'll head back on up to the front. This is what it is looking like so far. Pretty bland. We don't have any of the windows yet. So now let's look down here at this area and finish doing the rest of this. And then we'll start marking out all of the windows. So make sure to switch to your black stained glass paints. We're just going to have a layer on top of all of this brick. So just wrap it all the way around. And now above that, switch to the smooth quartz stairs and have these upside down. Just curve them together like this. Continue it along. Oh, hold up. So just continue this along. Wrap it around the corner here and back into the building. So it is now like that. On top of this, we're going to have a full block of the smooth quartz. And now we're going to be doing the pattern between the stairs and the slabs. So we're going to start up against the wall here with an upside down smooth quartz stair, just every other space. It should be lined up right here on the edge, which it is. So in the corner will be a slab. We'll fill in all these other spaces with the slabs. And then we'll face the front side. We'll switch back to the stairs, continue it along. And now on top of this, we're going to have layers of slabs again along the outer edge. And they could fill in all of the space in the middle at the upper level of the quartz. So right here. So that's all looking good. We now have the roof done for this lower section. Now I'm going to start marking out all of the windows for the main building itself. I'll start here at the front side. We'll just look at this little section first. So we just want to make sure there's one additional layer of brick away from the andesite. So we're going to be starting here on the second layer. And then when you look at this wall, you just want to make sure there's 2 spaces of brick away from it. So we're going to be on this third block here, 1 space higher than this first layer of brick. You could cut out 2 spaces like that. It'll be a total of 6 blocks in height. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now you should be able to see an additional space of brick here until you meet up with these smooth quartz blocks. Now, we'll look over here at the corner. We just want to make sure to skip over 4 spaces. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to be on this 5th block. Carve out 2 spaces here, work it all the way up. And then at the top, we're going to have 2 upside down smooth quartz stairs, as well as at the bottom, just facing up. And then all the other space will be filled in with black stained glass panes. So one thing to keep in mind, you can see these windows are pretty tall. So where the glass is, it's 4 layers. For all of the other floors, so we have the 2nd floor here, the 3rd floor, and the 4th floor, it's just going to be 3 layers of glass. So the only floor that's actually 4 in height is the 1st floor here. So just keep that in mind once we actually get to those other windows. Now, I'll head on over here and start marking out all of these windows. So now we're going to have a window right here on this wall and this one. So I'll look over here first, start at the corner. We're going to leave a space with the brick at the bottom, and we're going to leave 3 spaces away from the edge. So we're on the 4th block, carve out 2, so we're left with 2 spaces there. Bring this up so it's a total of 6 in height, so we left 1 space here. We'll have these stairs and the glass. And now here for this wall, it'll be the same thing. So 3 spaces away from the corner. So we'll carve out 2, and then we're left with 2 spaces away from that wall. So now it is like that. We'll continue on and look at this wall. So we're going to have 2 windows on this wall. Away from each corner, we just want to leave 3 spaces of brick. So we have this section right here. So we have 3 additional spaces. And then this section. So it is like this. Now let's head on here towards this backside and focus on this area. So it'll be the same way that we did those 2 walls at the front. So we're going to leave 3 spaces here from the edge. Carve out the window right there. And then the same on this side. So we have 2 spaces here and here. I'm at the back side and we'll focus on this wall. So I'll look over here more towards this right side, and we're actually going to skip over 4 spaces. So start right here and carve out this. So we have 4 spaces of brick. Over here at this side, it'll be back to the 3 like we've done everywhere else. Like that. So 3 spaces away from the edge there, and this side is 4 spaces. And now, we'll look at this area. So I'll look at this section first. From the edge, we just want to leave 3 spaces. So we're going to go right here and carve all this out. And then over on this section, we're also going to skip over 3. So carve all of this out. Just like that. And then we'll look at this wall. We're just going to leave 1 space here. So we'll carve out these 6 spaces. And then we'll have another 3 away from the edge here. So there we go, a total of 4 windows to do. We'll continue on and look at this wall. So we're going to have 3 spaces of brick from the edge on each side. So right here. And over here. So it is like this. Now for this section right here, we're just going to leave a strip of 1 of the brick. So starting here, we could just bring this all the way up. We'll have the smooth quartz stairs, the black stained glass panes. So we have that window. And now for this wall, I'm going to have some smaller windows. So instead of them being 4 blocks in height where the glass is, these will only be 2 blocks in height. So I'll look over here, lined up at the edge. We're going to skip over 3 spaces. And we're just going to be carving out 4 blocks in height like that. So we have a layer of the brick at the top and at the bottom. 3 spaces remaining here. We have these stairs. 4 black stained glass panes right there in the middle. We'll look over here up against this wall. We're going to skip over these 2 spaces. Carve out this section. Have another small window here. So now I went around the entire first floor and marked out where all of the windows are going to be. So now for the rest of the floors, we're just going to be lining up where the windows are for the first floor and just marking them all out for the rest of the levels. So I'll start here at the front side. You can see right here we have this window, so we just want to line up with it. And we always want to make sure there's a layer of brick here away from the quartz and a layer of brick here away from the quartz there. So we're lining up with the window, and as I mentioned before, these windows are going to be 1 block lower. So we have 4 glass layers here for the first floor. Everywhere else is going to be 3 glass layers. So we have this window here, like that, just lined up with it, a layer of brick at the top and at the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is just continue going all the way around for the rest of the floors and just marking out where all the windows are going to be. So we're just going to be lining up where all of the windows are for the first floor. So I'll just see you guys once I have that done. And then we will have some more windows right here, but we'll do that last. So this is what it's looking like so far. You can see it's all lined up. So over here is an empty space for now. I'll end up filling in some more windows, but that'll be what I do last after we mark out all these other ones. And then I'm also going to have some more windows right here where this empty space will be. But for now, we're just focused on lining up with the other windows. All those windows are now lined up. So you can see we have this empty section here. We have to add some more windows. And then we have this section right here, which will also have some more windows. So that's what I'm going to do next. And then we have all of the walls for this build marked out. The final thing we'll have left to do are those doorways for the entrance. We have some extra lights. And then we have a little walkway, like a little step up there for the front entrance, a walkway right here. And then we have the parking lot. But for the main exterior of the apartment building itself, we are like 90% done. So let's go up here. We're going to have 2 more windows for this empty space. They're going to be 5 spaces apart. So when we look at this window, we have 1 space of brick, then 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to be on the 6th space. Make sure you're right down here at the bottom layer of the brick. Just carve out a window like this. So it's at the same height as this other window, and they're just 5 spaces apart. So it'll be like this. And you can also see that window is lined up with these ones. So now we're going to be doing the same thing right here. So just an extra 2 windows right there where that empty space is, and they all line up exactly as they should. Now let's look over here at the front. We're going to have 2 more windows here. So when we look at this window, we just want to make sure to skip over 4 spaces. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to be on the 5th block. So we'll carve out the 2 spaces here, bring it all the way up. And then we'll skip over another 4, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, so we're going to be on the 5th block. Carve this out. And then we should be left with another 4 spaces away from that window, which we are, so everything worked out perfectly. So I have the entire upper level all marked out. So now you just want to do it here for the 3rd floor and for the 2nd floor. So now I have the entire front side marked out. So this is what the build is looking like so far. Now I'm going to head down here and mark out these doorways. So make sure you have your smooth quartz stairs. I'm just going to go right here underneath all this brick and just place these upside down like that. And then grab the black stained glass paints. We're just going to go along each side. We'll just start at the top, bring it down by 4. So we're just lined up with all of the brick. So we'll do the same on this side. And then you could bring it in an extra 2 layers, so it'll be 3 in total. So that means we are left with 1 space right down the middle. We'll curve out the 2 layers at the top, and then a layer at the bottom. And then the empty space will be a jungle fence. So we have this glass door marked out. Now we're going to do the same thing right here. And there we go, we have both of those doorways marked out. Now I'm going to mark out the lanterns. So make sure you have your jungle fence. I'll just look at this wall first. We're going to be lined up with these upside down smooth quartz stairs. We're going to be right down the middle of this brick wall. We'll have a jungle fence there. We'll do the same here, right down the middle of this brick wall on that level. And then on top of this, we'll have the jungle trapdoor. And then underneath, we'll hang down a lantern. And now, let's look at this wall. We're going to do the same thing right here and right here. So there we go, we have those lights marked out. Next up, we're going to have a little step up right here for the front entrance, and then a little walkway right here, and a garden area for that corner. So I'll just look over here first and do the little step up. So we're going to be using the full blocks of the smooth quartz and the smooth quartz stairs. I'll start with the full blocks of the smooth quartz. I'll line up here at the right side of the wall. Just bring this out by 2. Same with this side. So now we are right on top of the edge of the plot size. And then we'll go up on the next layer and do the same thing. So it's 2 blocks in height. And now grab your smooth quartz stairs. We'll have these right there in between those full blocks, and then switch back to the full blocks of the smooth quartz. We'll go right underneath the doorway, add a layer there, and then right in front of that. So that's just a little step up into the apartment building right there. Now I'm going to mark out the walkway right here, so make sure you have your full blocks of the smooth quartz. We're going to line up here at the edge, and it's just going to go out by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll add another layer on top of that. Right here on the edge, we'll just bring this out by 1. Then switch to your smooth quartz stairs. We'll just have a step up right here that is 4 blocks wide. Back to the blocks. We'll have 2 right here. Right behind that, another 2. And then work your way over towards the left and bring it over by another 6. Make sure it's 2 blocks in height. So this is what it's looking like. So from right here to this corner, it is 7 blocks. And to this corner, to right here, it is also 7 blocks. And then we just have a space of 4 in the middle with smooth quartz stairs as a little step up. And now I'm facing towards this side, so I'm looking straight at that side entrance. Make sure to have your smooth quartz stairs. And we're just going to bring it over by 7, starting here. And now switch back to your full blocks of the smooth quartz. We'll look at the corner of the building here. And we'll make sure it's 2 blocks in the height. And it'll go out by 3. So now we're right on the edge of the smooth quartz stair there. And we'll bring this over until we're lined up with it. And then just an additional 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we could bring this in towards the corner of the building here. So this is what it's looking like. We're going to fill in all of this space here with the full blocks of the smooth quartz, so you can start right underneath the doorway, and then all of the rest of this space. So now this is what it's looking like so far. So currently all of the blocks that I have in my inventory, we are no longer going to be using. I think we used them all, for the main exterior of the build at least. So I'm going to clear out all of that, and I'm going to switch to the concrete blocks, the coarse dirt, and the podzol. We'll start with the coarse dirt and podzol, fill in the garden space here. So I'll just fill it in with a few spaces of the podzol like this. And then we'll go back with the coarse dirt and fill the rest of the space in, so it just adds a little bit of texture between the two blocks. So now all the other space will be coarse dirt. So there we go, that's what it's looking like. I'll be sure to grab all the flowers and the leaves for this garden space last. But first, I'm going to be using the white concrete and the black concrete to do the parking lot. So I'll just head on over here towards the left, lined up at the corner of the building. And I'm just going to carve out a strip right here until you meet up at the edge of the plot size. So I'll be sure to count it just in case. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So make sure to actually delete the plot size. So we have a strip of 14 right there, lined up at the corner of the building. We'll go over here, and we're going to line up at the corner of the building for this part. And we'll bring it out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And once again, delete the actual plot size line. So now, all of these other blocks that you see within those two lines we just cut out, we're going to delete. So it's a little L shape right here. So it's going to be all the way on the edge of the plot size. So we'll bring this all the way in till it's lined up there. Bring this side all the way in till it's lined up right there. So now all of the other space that you see within those lines, you could go ahead and remove and fill it in with the black concrete. So I'll see you guys once I have that all filled in. So I cut out all of that space and filled it in with the black concrete. So this is what it should be looking like. Now I'm going to grab the white concrete and start marking out the parking spaces. So I'll look over here first. We're right up against the full blocks of the smooth quartz. And I'm going to carve out a space of 7. Fill it in with white concrete, like that. And then we'll line up right here where this piece juts out. Just line it up with the other white concrete, so it's just brought out by 6 like that. So now we have a parking space here. We'll do the same thing on this side, so just bring it out by 6. And then we're going to line up with the edge right here, bring it out by 7. So now we have a parking space here, and one there, and then right here is just a space to walk in between. It's not an actual parking space because we have the step up here. And now, we're going to line up here where this quartz is, bring it out by 7. Like that. And then I believe they're all 5 spaces apart. Yup. So that means here we have to skip over 5. I guess I'll fill it in first with the white concrete, and then we'll skip over 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to be right here on this 6th space. Carve out 7. So we have a parking space there. Skip over another 5. So we're on the 6th block. Carve out 7 again. Same thing again. And then one more time, you should be lined up here at the edge of the building. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 parking spaces, which should be enough for this apartment building, since there is 1 apartment for this floor, 1 apartment for that one, and 1 apartment there. So that should be enough parking. So we have pretty much the entire exterior of the building done. I'm just going to clear all that. And now I'm going to grab maybe just some jungle leaves and some flowers, and I'm going to fill in the garden space. So I'll grab maybe the ferns, and then I like to just grab all these bigger flowers, and then a couple smaller ones. So I'll start with the jungle leaves. I'll just go right down the middle of this corner here, and just add a bush. So a little something like that. And then I'll grab the bigger flowers, have these just every other space, so just here and there. And then I'll grab some of, you know what, I'll actually grab the ferns and fill in a few spaces with these. And then I'll have these smaller flowers. So, there we go. Adds a little bit extra to the build, but now I have the entire exterior of this apartment building all done. So that'll be everything we do here in part 1. There is one more thing I do want to do, and that is just cleaning up all of the concrete for the actual plot size. But I really don't need to show that, so I'll do that real quick. But overall, this is what the build is looking like. Alright guys, that's going to be it here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build this apartment building. If this helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2. We're going to be heading on to the interior.